Here we are with IGL Best of 1 Masters Semifinals, Season 7. We are going up against the Chicago Bearticks. The 14th Doctor. We faced him 2 weeks ago in Week 9, and we lost, I believe it was a 3-0. He had Raikou, Dragapult, and Mega Medicham left, but it's his last 3 that were left when I lost. But it was a very close game, and it really came down to 50-50s at the end, so I'd like to hopefully win this one. It'll be really good. I definitely think it's better to be the person that lost the game, and then when you replay or when you rematch, it's better to be the one that lost because you know why you lost and you could fix that. Whereas if you won, you're like, okay, well, I won, so shouldn't I just do the same thing? But if you do the same thing and the other person adapts to that same thing, you might lose. So I think that's kind of an advantage for me. But at the same time, it was only really that close because I max rolled a Celesteela with Mystical Fire with Mega Diancie, so that's something to keep in mind. So I did make a few changes to the team that were not there at week 9. A few changes to the team. So let's go through his team real quick. Dragapult, Mega Medicham, Raikou, Seismitoad, Slurpuff, Celesteela, Amoonguss, Volcarona, Avalugg, Pyukumuku, and Whirlipede. So that is the team. He brought a Specs Polt last week, or not last 2 weeks ago. He brought a Specs Polt against me. So, and then it was a Jolly Mega Medicham with Bullet Punch, of course, for Weavile Mega Diancie. He brought a Scarfed Raikou, a physically defensive Celesteela, and like a something Avalugg. I'm assuming it was a physically defensive Avalugg with boots. So that's 5 mons. I don't know what the last Pokemon was. It wasn't Whirlipede, Pyukumuku, or Amoonguss. He didn't bring Volcarona. Okay, so it must have just been Seismitoad. Yeah, it was. That's right. So anyway, I don't know why I'm saying this, but let's get right into the team. I have Skarmory here, physically defensive, nice for Mega Medicham. We need to have as much defense as we can for Mega Medicham because in the last time we faced him in Week 9, I brought defensive Gourgeist, and it really kind of shut down the Mega Medicham. So, I was able to use that thing pretty well. So I think he's gonna definitely prep for that and bring Ice Punch this time because he brought Thunder Punch last time for Mantine, and I didn't bring Mantine. So I think this time he's gonna bring either Ice Punch or probably Fire Punch to hit Skarmory. But if he's Jolly, then Fire Punch actually doesn't 2-hit KO me because of leftovers. So and neither does Drain Punch obviously. High Jump Kick I think does, even if he's Jolly, but I don't think he'll run High Jump Kick with Gourgeist there. It's pretty useless if Gourgeist is alive at all, because if I ever switch it in, he's just taking so much damage by missing. But yeah, we got Silphox, Toxic, Iron Head, and Roost. Pretty self-explanatory set here. Trying to switch into Mega Medicham, we really want to also beat the Seismitoad. So we have Toxic. We're also there for the Slurpuff, even though he didn't bring it last time. We have this great stop to Slurpuff if he tries to sweep us. He could also run a Calm Mind setup set, which is actually what he did in the quarterfinals to win, which is definitely something to keep in mind. But yeah, anyway, next up we have Carpe Diem, the Snorlax. Chople Berry, physically defensive with a little bit of speed to outspeed Amoonguss. It's probably not going to come into play, but just in case. We have immunity so we can't get toxic by certain things, which is nice. I didn't really need Thick Fat. I mean, I guess for Avalugg, but I don't really need that. He doesn't. Oh, he does have Volcarona, so Thick Fat will be nice for that. But he'll probably use Bug Buzz because he's just gonna assume that we have Thick Fat, maybe. But yeah, Rock Slide is nice for Volcarona. It's nice to get general damage off. We have Counter, Chople Berry. So last time he led with Mega Medicham, and I'm gonna lead Snorlax this time. And if he leads with Mega Medicham, I'm just gonna go for the counter. And I'm assuming he's not gonna predict turn 1. I'm presuming he's just gonna try to hit the Snorlax. And if he does that, which is what he did last time, if he does that, or even if he goes for Zen Headbutt, as long as I don't flinch, I can kill with counter. So that's good. Getting rid of Mega Medicham turn 1 is a great thing. He tends to lead with Mega Medicham anyway, so yeah. This Pokemon can also yawn. Just try to force switches because I can yawn on Celesteela to stop it from. It can't toxic me because he brought like a Toxic Protect set with Celesteela last time, He can leech seed me, sure, but like if I yawn, I'm forcing a switch unless you already have him on that's asleep. So he wouldn't want Celesteela to be asleep. So yeah, and then Darkest Lariat to hit Dragapult because this is kind of like the same thing. I want to be able to beat Dragapult with the Snorlax. So yeah. Then we have Choice Banded Gourgeist. This worked really well against Sun, and I think it's got a pretty decent matchup. I mean, if I have this in against Mega Medicham, if I somehow predict the Mega Medicham and bring this Gourgeist in, he's not going to stand. Poltergeist hits a lot of his team like really hard. I mean, he's got no normal type, and I don't think he has a dark type either. I'm still looking for one. But yeah, I mean, Ghost Spam is incredibly strong on this guy's team because he has simply no resistances, and I max attack at him and banded, so that's doing a lot of damage. We have enough speed for Celesteela to outspeed that, so maybe if he's a little bit weakened, we can go for Poltergeist, and then we can outspeed him next turn and go for it again. We have Shadow Sneak, of course, for priority, and Power Whip to hit Seismitoad. But again, even if I'm in against Seismitoad, he's probably going to switch. Just because, I mean, maybe not. Probably click Power Whip against that thing. But I can also trick. I mean, it's very it's very rare that I'm going to want to get rid of my Choice Band. But in the case that maybe if I know Celesteel's coming in and I know I can't deal with it any other way, I can go for Trick there, probably take his leftovers, and I'll make him get locked into a move. So that'll be good. Next up is Rotom. Pretty much the same Rotom we brought last time. It's still nice for Volcarona. If he tries to switch things up and he brings Volcarona this time, it would be great to have this Mon. Raikou, it's great for Raikou. He didn't even bring Scald last time. He brought a Scarfed Raikou without Scald. But if he brings that Mon again, you know, we can deal with it pretty well here. Pain Split to get back health. Also, it's nice for a Specs Dragapult. I can't do much damage on the offset, but I can still, you know, Toxic, wear it down. Toxic is pretty nice against his team overall, other than Celesteela and Amoonguss, like nothing really wants to deal with Toxic. Next up is Fate Accompli. We have the Mega DNC with enough speed for a Mega Medicham, of course. Now that's not really going to matter because he has Bullet Punch, so I'm probably going to end up changing that. I just realized, like, he's obviously going to bring Bullet Punch, so why would I even want to outspeed it? There's literally no reason. But yeah, so I could probably run Modest, and that'll give me a little bit more damage. But yeah, Mystical Fire for the Celesteela and Amoonguss. Hidden Power Grass for the Seismitoad, which I do think is coming. It came at last time, so yeah. Then we got Power Gem and Moon Blast for our stab moves. Special Dancy, as usual, hits this team pretty hard. So you know, we're gonna try to play around with this Mon. The bulk is really important on this Mon. I don't know if I can live a Bullet Punch from Mega Medicham ever, but I know I can probably take an HP Steal from Raikou if I'm at full, so that's important to know. And that would be a big Mon to get rid of because Scarf Volt Switch just kind of Volt Switches around my team. That would be really annoying. So yeah, last but not least, we have the Weavile with Triple Axle, Natural Gift, Ice Shard, and Knockoff. Enough speed for that Mega Medicham again. Not really. I mean, that's okay to outrun Mega Medicham with this Mon because I have Ice Shard. So I can kind of, if he's low, I can kind of out-prioritize him with Ice Shard. Whereas if I don't outspeed him, he can hit me with Bullet Punch. So Natural Gift Fire is for the Celesteela mainly. But if he does have Avalugg there, I mean, it's nice for Avalugg, I suppose. Probably can't take a hit from Volcarona anyway, but if I can, well, this says it's illegal, but it's not. It basically doesn't. It's well, I don't really know what it does. I guess we'll find out, but I'm pretty sure it lowers fire type attack, super effective attacks, but I could be wrong. But yeah, we got Natural Gift Fire. So, yeah, that's about it for the team. Hopefully we win. This is going to be a very difficult match. I mean, having Dragapult, Mega Medicham, and Celesteela on the same team is pretty crazy, and he backs it up with a lot of good mons. Avalugg's great against me. Well, it's really only great against Weavile, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't bring that mon this time because it didn't really do too much last time. But it is a Rapid Spinner, his only Rapid Spinner. So yeah, I could see. I mean, oh, sorry about that. I could see Slurpuff coming maybe. Maybe if he's able to weaken Raikou, which is pretty easy because he's got, or if he's able to weaken Skarmory because he's got a Raikou and a most likely Specs Bolt. So um, if he's able to weaken Skarmory, Slurpuff is kind of a problem for me. But anyway, that's going to be the team builder. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to cut to the battle right here. Wish me luck. I'm going to try my darndest to win this game because I really want to make the finals. That'd be awesome. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll cut here, and I'll see you there. Alright, here we are with the battle, going up against the 14th Doctor and his Chicago Beartics. You can see he brings actually the same exact team that he did 2 weeks ago. This makes me believe that either it's the same exact team or it's just a team but with like the same 6 but with a few modifications to it. At any rate, I'm kind of glad he brought the same 6 just because it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about the matchup. I know the mistakes I made 2 weeks ago, so I can kind of correct them in this one. Hopefully give me a better shot at winning. So yeah, team preview, like I said, same 6, so I'm just going to predict his Mega Medicham lead and lead with Snorlax. Hopefully get him with the counter play, so that'll be pretty dope. Alright, let's start the battle right now. So yeah, I'm going to lead Snorlax as he does end up leading the Mega Medicham. So really, right now I'm hoping he doesn't predict the switch, and hoping he just plays it safe, goes for the Drain Punch, and that's what he does. I eat the Chople Berry, I only take 35% from that, and I knock him out with counter. So turn 1, probably the biggest threat in the game. Maybe Dragapult is, but they're very close to the same threat level. Mega Medicham's already gone turn 1, which is awesome. So Dragapult comes out, tries to get a sub up on me, hoping that I guess I can't break a sub, or maybe he'll force a switch, I don't know. I just go for Darkest Lariat because it can hit Dragapult. So he brings in Celesteal on this mod. So here I'm going to go for the Yawn, as I brought Yawn specifically for the Celesteal so that he couldn't just get free moves off. Hopefully I could force switches. I do know he's going to probably want to switch here, but I don't really know what into. So I'm just going to go into Skarmory to try to get rocks up on the off chance he does stay in, but also it's pretty decent against like a sub D. It's nice against Seismitoad, Avalugg, and Dragapult basically. But unfortunately he brought out Raikou, so I'm going to have to switch into Rotom as he brings in the Dragapult, and he's going to sub here, which I knew was coming. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, which is fine. I get in the Snorlax to just try to break the sub. I don't really need Snorlax at this point. It did its job, so I don't need to keep it around here. I can just go for a Darkest Lariat and break the sub. Unfortunately, I cannot take 2 Dragon Darts, so two Dragon Darts, whatever. I can't take 4 Dragon Darts. So he knocks out Snorlax, and because of the leftovers, he's still really at a good amount of HP. So I bring in Mega Diancie, thinking if he's sub, he's either sub Willow Hex Dragon Darts, which is a set I've used in the SPS, or he's something else. But he doesn't have Steel Wing. So I go into Mega Diancie, I predict the switch and Celesteal. Here, it's obvious that I'm going to switch, so I stay in and go for the Mystical Fire. And he goes for Toxic. I knew either Toxic or Leech was coming. There's no way I stay in against Celesteal. I was actually kind of wishing it was a Leech Seed because that would have bounced it back to him. Then I would have gotten even more chip, but there's just no way I was staying in there. So I knew he wasn't just going to go for a heavy slam and let me get a free switch into like Skarmory, for example. So he goes for Protect, as then I switch into Skarmory. So that's good. I can get up my rocks, which is fine. He has a Leech Seed on me, so I'm going to switch into Gourgeist as he goes for another Protect, which is fine. So basically that me staying in with Mega Diancie didn't really do much because all the damage I did, he's gotten back with between Leech Seed, Recovery, and Protect, and leftovers. But I am able to get a pretty safe switch into Gourgeist, and I can fire off a huge Poltergeist. It does a lot of damage. Judging on how much that did and how much the Mystical Fire did, he's got to be more specially bulky than he was last time we played. So that kind of allows Poltergeist to do a lot of damage. And this damage on Avalugg, he's got to switch there. I would have just sacked it off if I was him, the Celesteal, because It's only at 18%, so it's not really going to do much. But yeah, he brings in Avalug, and the damage tells me he's like probably fully Spit F, so I'm not going to risk a Moonblast. I'm just going to go for a Power Gem. It's a free kill there. And if he wants to switch into anything, that's fine. So he goes into Dragapult here, and I was really contemplating staying because again, I know he doesn't have Steel Wing. He can't really hit me with anything there unless he goes for Phantom Force, in which I can switch the next turn. So he goes for Dragon Dance, and that really sucks because if I had just clicked Moonblast, that would have been so good. I just would have knocked him out, and that would have been amazing. Um, but instead he goes for sub. I'm just praying Ironhead breaks the sub, and it does, which is awesome. So he can't, Dragon Dance and Phantom Force and Substitute and just set up all over me. So that's definitely good to know. +1 Phantom Force, that's adamant boosted, but he doesn't have like a power boosting item. He doesn't have Life Orb or anything. He has leftovers, so that's good. So here I'm just gonna keep clicking Ironhead. I mean, that's the move. I click Roost here because I realized that I don't just want to play dumb here. I definitely want to try to get my health back and get this Dragapult in a situation where it can't like beat me, pretty much. But I have plenty. I have banded Shadow Sneak on Gourgeist, which even a max HP Dragapult takes like 65% from, and I have an Ice Shard, an Adamant Ice Shard on Weavile. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this, but Weavile I changed to Ockenberry. It's the same as Watmelberry. It just it didn't say illegal. Just I didn't want to break the rules or anything, so I just changed it to Ockenberry because it does the same thing as Natural Gift. It's Natural Gift Fire, but it's like 20 less power. So plus it would have been nice for Volcarona if he brought it. So. But yeah, I got a crit there on the Dragapult, which was really unfortunate for him. I don't think it mattered in the long run, but it definitely helped me kill that Dragapult a little bit easier, as now he's able to go for the Volt Switch with the Raikou. I mean, I don't know. There was no reason to keep Skarmory at that point. So yeah, he goes into Celesteela here. I'm just going to bring on Mega Diancie and go for the Mystical Fire. I didn't want to risk going for like a Moonblast or something in case it didn't kill somehow. He goes into Seismitoad, I go for Hidden Power Grass. I do a lot of damage, but I don't knock him out. He goes for Scald and knocks me out, so it's a 3-2 here, and I'm just going to go into Weavile and basically win the game. Oh, by the way, in the team builder, I said I'd change the speed on Mega Diancie. I didn't end up doing that because I forgot that Volcarona is also base 100 speed, so I want to be able to outspeed that. Even though it would be useless for Mega Metagam, it's still useful for the Volcarona on the off chance he does bring it. But he didn't bring it, so I don't know. It didn't matter in the long anyway, so I go for knockoff. As he goes for Skull, gets a crit, a burn there might have made things a little bit dicey, but at the same time, if he's scarfed, then it doesn't really matter because Gourgeist eats those. So, and I'm already toxic, so I can't get burned with Gourgeist. So, yeah, that's gonna be the game. Definitely a good game to the 14th Doctor and the Chicago Bearticks. It was a good game, but I mean, yeah, that crit, that Ironhead crit, definitely that would have been interesting at the end if he didn't crit me again. I feel like I mean, if I go into Gourgeist and I Shadow Sneak, I mean, I guess he definitely would. I don't know. Would he switch? I don't know. Anyway, it would have been closer for sure if I didn't get that crit because he would have been able to kill Skarmory. But yeah, that's gonna be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are on to the finals. We face either Hex, which we haven't played this season, or Bounty Hunter, which we got like 5-0 against him. That's the Mega Scizor, Chandelure, Galarian, Zapdos, Nidoqueen team. All that shenanigans. So yeah, it's pretty cool to be in the finals. That's awesome. Next week will be our last game with this team, which is, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised I'm in finals, honestly, with this team. It's not like it's not really it's not like the best draft I've drafted. It's definitely not. Like some of the mons I'm just not using that much, but I'm kind of relying on things like Skarmory and Mega Diancie and Rotom Heat and Weavile. I mean, they're just good Pokemon that kind of help me. And I think the prep, like Banded Gourgeist was really good against him. He had no ghost resists. And then of course the Snorlax worked perfectly. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna try our best next week. I definitely hope that I face Hex instead of Bounty Hunter because I haven't faced Hex, and I actually kind of like my matchup against him, especially since I haven't been 5-0'd by him, whereas I have been 5-0'd by Bounty Hunter. But so yeah, they haven't battled yet, so I don't know. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of the video. I'm just rambling on here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Finals next week. Super excited about that. So yeah, I'll see you then.